What's going down, everybody? It's your boy, that guy, my high tune back in for another reaction. Not a reaction. This is a vlog. I'm so used to saying reaction. But yeah, man, your boy's over here doing some things, getting the printer up and running again after this last week struggles, man. The struggles of owning a printing business. That's what we gonna talk about today. Man, DTG. I got an Epson F2100. Great printer. Sorry for the shakiness. But yeah, it's a great printer, man. I've been able to do some really dope stuff. Prints amazing quality stuff. This is my brand, my personal in-house brand. That was the Honest Heart. This is the Intelligent Mind. We got the Genuine stamp, and then even the Unbothered Cause I'm High t-shirts and everything. But regardless, I show you that to just show, like, I print some pretty crazy and amazing stuff off of this printer. And it's been very good to us. And opposed to this thing right here, this is the Ricoh Ri1000. This thing, as you see, has become basically a table, workbench. Because it's a little bit more of a finicky machine. That was a lesson learned right there. You know what I'm saying? Lesson learned. I should have just spent a little bit extra bread and got this one from the jump. But again, lesson learned. I'll eventually get this one back up and running again and doing its thing. But as of right now, it's a workbench. But yeah, man, back to this Epson. So as great as it's been, it's still a machine that needs to be maintenance and taken care of. Like, I'm sure so many people who have probably clicked on this video have experienced, like, if you're not working these machines every day, that you're wasting money, essentially, because they have to circulate ink, stuff like that, especially this Ri1000, this Ricoh machine. Like, you cannot turn it off to save its life for anything, to try to save money or anything like that, because it will clog up on you. The print heads, which the print head for this machine is like $2,200 after shipping and taxes and all that stuff. You're gonna pay around like 24, something like that. But yeah, so that machine, you have to work it, and even working it, you're probably gonna run into issues with it, because I did, even working it every day, even going as far as just printing just one thing or two things, like personal things and stuff like that, just to make sure I was moving stuff and ink and stuff like that. But again, it's one of those machines that just, it's finicky, bro. It's finicky, and it gave me a lot of problems, and that's why I got this one. But I've now experienced my first issue with the Epson, and I have to say, it wasn't the printer's fault. It's not Epson's fault. It's my fault. All right. So this machine, it actually encourages you to turn it off, which is a plus. So if you're not using it, it tells you, turn it off. You know what I'm saying? Like, try to use it, at least every day, every other day, every couple of days, something like that. But you can turn it off. It encourages you to turn it off so that it can run through like a cleaning cycle and do its thing, and it's part of the maintenance. So turning it off is good, which is great, because that means you're not wasting ink when you're not using the machine or have no orders to use the machine. So yeah, excuse the noise. It's running through a cleaning cycle. But I wanted to basically just explain why, or what I did wrong, and why the printer was acting up because of what I did. So when you have to, you have to shake the white ink cartridges like you do all of your DTG printers. Epson F2100, no different. You know what I'm saying? It'll ask you every time you turn it on to pretty much shake it after every 24-hour period, even if it hasn't been on. Excuse my house, it's a little dirty right now. You know what I'm saying? It's a little dirty right now. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a human being. I got a business that I run out of this thing. But yeah. So one thing I did, when I turned it back on, I haven't used this since last Friday, which will be, at the time of this recording, like 4 or 5 days. So I used it. Actually, it was the Thursday before, so it's actually been a full 7 days. Which isn't like a big deal by any means. But when I turned it back on, I shook the cartridges like it told me to, but I shook it lazily. I shook the cartridges lazily, bro. Okay, I shook them real lazily, and it wasn't adequate enough, So basically, the ink, the white ink, is the most prone to like coagulation, if that's the right term for it, but basically it will harden the fastest, the quickest, even when it's just sitting in the cartridges, and hence the shaking whole thing and doing that every day so that you can agitate it and keep it liquid, and keep it at the right viscosity to flow through the tubes and to be, used through the print head to, print your beautiful prints. Well, I didn't shake it adequately enough. And so when I went to do my test prints before I started to do my print for some orders I got, it basically was showing me perfect prints for all the colors, but I was getting no white at all. None. And at first I was like, dang, that's no bueno. Like that's no good. Like something is wrong. I was panicking. I ain't gonna lie. I was low-key panicking. I was trying to keep it to myself because I try not to get super panicked, because then I panic my wife, and that's not good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we try not to do that. So yeah. And then I was like, well, I tried everything I thought of at the moment to just like maybe fix it, did a couple of cleanings and stuff like that. And, oh man, I was panicking. You could see I was like, oh man. And then I was like, wait, maybe I didn't shake the cartridges enough. So I shook them for like a minute. You know what I'm saying? Just giving them things a shake. You know what I'm saying? My bad. And yeah, so I shook them. And as soon as I did that and I agitated the inks more, it allowed for ink to flow through the tubes correctly. And then I started to get the ink or the white prints back. So what I'm about to do now, because it just finished up that thing, I'm about to do a nozzle check. Hold on, let me turn y'all around. Can I turn y'all around? Hold on, let me turn y'all around. All right, so here we are right here with the screen. So as you can see, my bad's a little dusty right there. You can see we got nozzle check. So we're gonna hit over. We're gonna do a nozzle check, print. All right, it's gonna go in. Excuse the DTF powder or whatever. I'll be cleaning that up before I actually start printing. It's just because I will shake the shaker thing. I'll shake my little shaker thing of DTF powder onto the sheet before I move it. So it just kind of, this is what falls to the sides. But I will clean that up. Ooh, look at that. We got all our print heads back. You can, just basically just kind of like look past the two little mess ups right there, especially on the Epson. Like if this was any other printer, if this was that printer right there, I'd say that is bad. You need to figure out why it's doing that. But on this printer, the fact that we have really solid, clean lines on everything, it looks really good. Those two, like I said, aren't a big deal, and they'll work themselves out actually through the print. So everything looks good now, man. We are freaking back in business. You have no idea how excited I am because I was panicking low-key. And yeah, now we don't need to panic no more because we good. All right, so yeah, so I wish I would have took a picture of a bad print head thing. I should have took a picture of it because it's terrible. But just imagine here, you know what? I'll erase. This is what I'll do. I'll show you kind of what it was doing before I was getting some of this stuff back. If you erase the white, excuse the smudges. Excuse this. I'll try to get the smidges out as good as possible. All right. So if you if you do look at it like that now. Oh, I think I'm getting it. I think I got it. There you go. See how there's no white in there? That's how I was doing the first time. That's how, let me clean the rest of this off. That was how I was doing the first time. But now it's not doing that no more, and we're good to go. So, yeah, man, now we can get back to our beautiful prints. Boom, boom. And that's the one thing, and another testament, man, to Epson, to the SureColor F2100, you know what I'm saying? This machine is giving me so much peace of mind as a business owner. It's giving me a lot of peace of mind as a direct to garment and direct to film, producer, if you will, or whatever, because it's not the same as doing screen printing. But yeah, man, it gives me a lot of faith. This printer has given me a lot of faith in the Epson brand, in the technology, because I could tell you right now, I don't mean to bash, but I almost quit, okay, dealing with this printer right here. This printer that printer almost broke me. I ain't gonna lie. It almost broke my spirits, bro. I've replaced a lot of parts on this printer. I've followed the steps and everything. And it was just a really, you know, finicky printer for real. Like I said, like it's not a printer that I think for anybody who's trying to begin. If you're trying to begin, you should just spend the extra money, get the Epson or, you know, one of the maybe the more expensive ones that just have a better tech support, that, you know, is just a little bit more just hands-on. Because that's the other thing I can say, they're not as hands-on with this company. But yeah, so like I said, I don't want to bash. Like, you know, again, if you have a Ricoh and you've had great success, fantastic. If you haven't, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I feel you. I did some amazing things with this printer. It started my business. Again, so I'm not going to bash them because I wouldn't be where I'm at today had I not figured out how to use this printer and how to you know, create some amazing things on this, to then give me the courage to even take the risk on another printer. So yeah, but I will say I'm much more happy with my second purchase than I am my first purchase. So yeah, but I wanted to just kind of hop on here and just kind of give y'all a little lowdown and rundown of one of the struggles that I deal with this technology, man. Like, it's amazing. Again, sorry about my messy house because I'm working and we working right now, okay? All right, I'm working. I'm gonna clean up. I'm working. The weekends my cleanup days. But yeah, man, it's amazing. It's amazing that what you could do with this technology these days, and the applications of this technology. But again, it's not for the faint of heart, like any business. But again, this is really not, because you can spend a lot of money and be frustrated off the bat, because not only are you dealing with technology as far as the printer itself, but you have to learn the programs and the RIP softwares and all the things that go into that. And then even knowing how to, like, low key, I've become a graphic designer. Like, hey, if you need designs, I can help you with logos, all that stuff. I've had to learn a lot of things to just have a better understanding and better capability of handling these machines and this technology and stuff. So, but yeah, man, I just wanted to kind of show y'all some of the stuff that we do and go through as business owners doing this printing stuff, man. Whether you're doing it out of your house like me, running commercial grade machines, or out of an actual business warehouse or whatever, however you're doing it, man, just keep going. It's not impossible. But there will be ups and downs along the way, like any business. You just have to be prepared to deal with those ups and downs. And again, just make good decisions when you're buying equipment, you know. Again, I could have been super panicked. Like, had that happened with me with this other machine, that would have been detrimental. It is detrimental. That's exactly why this machine is down. It won't print white at all. And I've tried to do all the head cleanings and all the things to fix it. And at this point, I have to just replace a lot of, you know, the print head. And, you know, I think the screen went out on it actually as well. So there's a few things, a lot of money that needs to be put back into this machine to get it back up and going. So, you know, until then, it's just going to kind of sit. But I can say my Epson, it allows me to turn it off when I have problems. Usually the problem is me, and that's just what it is. So I love you guys. There's no me without you. I love you, and I'll catch you in the next one. Make sure y'all cop some merch, or at least check it out. You know what I'm saying? The Unbothered Cause I'm High tees will be up eventually, soon. I just got to get the products listed, but everything else should be up there. The blues and the reds, actually, those ones aren't listed, so I'll get the red and the blue color option available to you guys too. But yeah, I love you. There is no me without you. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.